the impact of social distancing is increasingly difficult. This 13-year-old is celebrating his bar mitzvah in self-quarantine using video chat with his rabbi. And in Singapore, all mosques are closed across the country for deep cleaning. Here in Canada, religious communities are coping too. CTV's Scott Lightfoot reports.
Bells rang out at churches across the country this morning, but they weren't calling people to gather for worship. Parishioners were met with signs informing them that services were canceled in light of COVID-19.
It's never happened before in my lifetime, but these are extraordinary times, and so we need to place extraordinary measures upon ourselves.
Inside Toronto's St. James Cathedral, the choir sang to empty pews. The service live streamed so worshippers could watch from home. Meanwhile, up the street at St. Michael's Cathedral, all Sunday Masses were canceled.
The Sunday Mass, for one thing, is a profoundly important thing for us.
Some churches are remaining open for people who want a place to pray. Pews that would normally hold hundreds are sparsely populated, with people keeping a distance apart and sanitizing upon entry and exit. From Quebec, where Mass has been canceled until further notice, to Vancouver, where services went ahead with restrictions on the number of parishioners, across the country and around the world, churches, synagogues, and mosques are having to adapt to new public health guidelines. In St. Peter's Square today, only silence, no worshippers present for the Pope's Sunday prayers. Like many churches, the Vatican turning to live streaming to reach the faithful, but keep them at a distance. In a new era of self-isolation, many religious leaders fear closing houses of worship could make society's most vulnerable even more in need of help.
And this will make people more isolated. So we have to be very attentive to them. Elderly people, people who will be cut off. And we need to reach out and find ways, while following all of the health requirements, to reach out and care for them.
So when could services resume? Religious officials say on that they will wait for word. Not from above, but from public health officials. Scott Lightfoot, CTV News, Toronto.
Vancouver's Symphony Orchestra did its part to soothe troubled souls today, even if nobody was around to see it in person. They couldn't have a live audience, so the orchestra streamed its performance of Beethoven's Piano Concerto No. 4 and his 6th Symphony over the internet. And Beethoven managed to bring some beauty to Spain today as well. At exactly noon, musicians all over the country played the legendary composer's iconic piece, Ode to Joy, from balconies and rooftops for those stuck at home in one of Europe's hardest hit countries. Still ahead, big changes to daily life. How COVID-19 will transform how you get your cup of morning joe.